And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Granville Central School Gym as NYVT Media Sports brings you Adirondack League boys basketball. It's the homestanding Golden Horde of Granville against the visiting Fort Anne Cardinals in a rematch of a game from the consolation round of the Granville American Legion Christmas tournament. And right now we have the Granville Central School alma mater going on at courtside by the cheerleaders here. And there's the Granville School alma mater. And we've got a big game here tonight in Adirondack League action as league-wise, these two teams very, very tight, trying to get in that top four to get in that Adirondack League playoff at the end of the year. Granville is 7-5 overall, 5-1 in Adirondack League play. Fort Anne is 8-5, 4-2 in Adirondack League play. So this could be a big, big game in the standings as far as being able to get in that top four for the Adirondack League playoffs at the end of the year. Of course, the top four finishing teams in the Adirondack League play semifinals and finals for the league championship at the end of the year. And right now, North Warren and Corinth are unbeaten in league play. And then Granville has just the one loss. Fort Anne has the two losses. Hartford's in the hunt as well. I believe they have two losses in the league. And Whitehall has three losses in the league, and they're trying to battle their way back into it. So it's going to be interesting to see who gets in that top four. But Granville with a win here tonight can certainly solidify their chances to get in the top four. And a Fort Anne loss would send them into a battle for that fourth spot. Of course, a Fort Anne win, on the other hand, could make things really bunched up behind those top two. So a very, very big game in Adirondack League play here tonight. And a key game as far as those standings go. Starting lineup here for Fort Anne tonight. It's going to be number 4, Marcus Stohaus. Number 34, Hunter Wade. Number 35 is Cadence Cutter. Number 22 is Jackson Jenkins. And number 20 is Jaden Gagne. For the Golden Horde, and their starting five, it's number 2, Cole Plude, Joel Nelson, number 1, Cam Rathman, number 3, Noah Bernard, number 5, and number 15. Rounding out the starting lineup is Camden Woodruff. That's your starting five. Kevin Nassavera is the head coach. As a steal here by Woodruff. And the finish by Nelson, and it's 2-0 Granville. Kevin Nassavera, the head coach of the Cardinals. Sam Rathman, the head coach of the Golden Horde. It was a 10-point win by the Cardinals when they played here in the American Legion Tournament consolation game just a couple of weeks ago. Jumper on the way for 3 is no good. And Granville wants to force pace. Here's Bernard on the way for 3, good! The shot at the other end, no good from the Cardinals by Jaden Gagne. He's one of their better three-point shooters along with Jenkins. Early 5-0 lead. Here's Jackson Jenkins, too strong. Wade all alone on the backside of that shot. The offensive rebound up and good quickly at the other end. Here's Bernard, swatted away out of bounds by Wade. Right now, this is going the pace that Granville wants it. Granville wants an up-and-down pace with a lot of three-pointers, a lot of transition buckets. Fort Anne wants to slow it down, pound it in, use their high screen and roll game with Cutter and Stohaus. Here's Plude on the way for 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by Wade. Stohaus is going to bring it up. Looks down court, finds Gagne. Gagne, good ball movement here by the Cardinals. They go to the baseline. Wade's going to shoot the short jumper from the baseline. No good. Woodruff with the rebound. Here comes Granville in transition. You're going to see a lot of that tonight, folks. Although they turned it over there, you're going to see them push the tempo all night long in this contest. Here's pressure from the Golden Horde. That's what they like to do. And they create the turnover. Tonight's game brought to you by Telescope Casual Furniture of Granville, Scarlotta's Car Hop of Granville, Fred's Granville Pharmacy of Granville, Maplewood Ice of Whitehall, Skeene Valley Country Club of Whitehall, Pine Grove Motel of Granville, Marlowe Electric of Granville, and Lake Champlain Coal Company of Whitehall. Turnover here by the Golden Horde gives the ball back to the Cardinals. It is Granville 5, Fort Ann 2. Not quite 2 minutes in here to this very big Adirondack League contest. 5-1 Granville, 4-2 Fort Ann. The Cardinals, as I said, with a 10-point win over the Horde in a non-league game at Christmas time. Here's Gagne for three. No good. Wade working hard on the offensive glass, and that's what Wade does. He is tough on the boards. That's where he makes his money, and it's a 5-4 game. Granville opened with a 5-0 run. Now it's a 4-0 spurt for the Cardinals. That shot was off the mark by Nelson. And here's a turnover and a foul. Bernard getting the hands up there and swatting down that pass, then fouled by Gagne. That's the first on Gagne, team's first of the quarter. So back to Granville here with a 1-point lead. Cole Plude brings it up. Here's Cam Rathman. They play a little toss and catch between the circles. Now get into the offense. Here's Nelson. Little floater in the lane. Comes up short. Rathman, three. No good. The rebound by Jenkins. Jenkins nearly lost it. And knocked away. Fort Ann fortunate enough to retrieve it. Here's Cutter. And Cutter is on the board for the first time tonight. And he gives his team a 6-5 lead. So a 5-0 run for Granville, a 6-0 run for the Cardinals. Here's Rathman, kicks it out. Plude, and they say he's, you hear people say stepped into a three. He stepped in a little too far into that three, and they call the traveling violation. 4:55 to go opening quarter. 1-point lead for the Cardinals. Here's Jenkins, hounded by Bernard, finds Wade. Wade goes on the attack on the baseline, plays it off the foot of Nelson. Here comes the Golden Horde. Here's Nelson, Euro step, won't go, but he's going to go to the line. So Joel Nelson goes to the line for the Golden Horde. Nelson, a sophomore, along with Noah Bernard and Trayton Gould, who had a good game a couple of nights ago. Corey Childs is a freshman. Cam Rathman, a junior. Woodruff is the only senior on this roster for the Golden Horde. So if they can make a deep playoff run here this season and contend for the Adirondack League this season, the future is still going to be bright for a while. Here's Jenkins. Three-pointer no good. There's Wade again. As I mentioned, that's Hunter Wade's game. Hit the boards hard, get the buckets inside. He's very effective. 1-point lead for the Horde. They've got the basketball approaching midway point of this opening quarter. Nelson, 16-footer good. 3-point lead for the Horde. They've led by as much as 5. Fort Ann's biggest lead has been just the 1. And backcourt violation. Kevin Nasavera is going to go to his bench. Timmy Wade's going to check in. For the first time. Wade, or I should say, sorry about that, Tim Webb Not to be confused with Wade. Rathman, no good. Webb is checked in for the first time. I was a little busy picking up my microphone, which had fallen off of my lapel. Nice pass inside. Hunter Wade walked out of bounds by Plood. So it's Cutter, Stohas, Jenkins, Webb, and Wade for Fort Ann. Jumper straight on. Off the mark. There's Wade again. Wade just dominating. They got to get a body on him or it's going to be a long night for the Golden Horde. Here's Rathman for three. It's short. Rebound, though, to Woodruff. Good hustle by Woodruff. Here's Bernard on the baseline. Rathman in the lane. No good. There's Wade. Wade's already heading toward double-digit rebounds, I think. A 1-point lead for the Golden Horde at 9-8. We go under 3 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Here's Webb. Inside. Wade. No good. Cutter. And they're going to call a foul on the Golden Horde. And that's on Joel Nelson. That's his first, team's first. And Cadence Cutter goes to the line. And gets the first one. Ethan Lehoyski is going to check in for Granville. Also Trayton Gould. And rolls her out, no good. Nelson had the rebound, lost it, able to get it back. Quickly down court for Plood. Plood wanted to go to Bernard, but nice defensive play there by Stohas. And you can just tell how Granville wants to force the tempo in this game. They're pushing off misses, pushing off makes. Here's Plood. High post. Nelson on the attack. Little floater. No good. Rebound pulled down by Cutter. Jenkins will bring it up. Guarded by Plood. Here's Webb. And player goes down for the Horde. That's Bernard. And Wade shot up no good. Looks like Bernard is okay. Webb inside. Cutter, the foul, and he's going to go to the line. Looks like Bernard got it in the eye. I didn't see what happened. When he went down, I thought, oh boy, I hope it's not an ankle or a knee or something like that. Not that getting hit in the face feels very good either. I'm just saying that's not as devastating as a knee or ankle injury or something of that sort. This Cutter misses the first free throw here. Corey Childs, the freshman, is going to check in. He's coming off a 17-point performance the other night. I believe it was. Memory serves me right. And admittedly, at my age, it doesn't always. Cutter misses them both. And that has been an Achilles heel of this team. In the games I've seen them about 3 or 4 times this year, and free throw shooting has been an issue. And this foul is going to be on Gould. That is his second already. And team's third in the quarter. And this one knocked out of bounds, last touch by Fort Ann. It's going to be Granville basketball. We are tied 9-9 here. 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. We expected it to be a tight one, and so far that's exactly what we've gotten. Zone here by the Cardinals. Webb up on the top spot. They've done well of getting that ball into the paint against it. Here's Childs, baseline jumper, 3, no good. Battle for the rebound, there's Wade. As I said, Wade's going to have double-digit rebounds in the first quarter of this game. Stohas, Jenkins, corner 3. He got it. It's a 12-9 lead for the Cardinals. Plood down the lane, the floater. No good. Wade again. We don't keep stats, but Wade is owning the class here in this first quarter. Here's Webb. Jenkins attacks the baseline, kicks it out. Webb thought about it, finds Cutter inside. Cutter muscles his way up, and a whistle and a foul. Great look there by Webb. And the foul is on Corey Childs, his first, team's fourth of the quarter, with 58.8 to go in the stanza here. And Cutter, 1 for 5 here at the stripe. And he gets that one. 13-9, that's a 4-point lead for Fort Ann. Under a minute to play, first quarter. Here's Plude. Extended 3-2 zone here for the Cardinals. Nice cut, nice finish. Beautiful pass by Trayton Gould. And the finish by Nelson. Granville right into their pressure. You know, they were stuck on 9 for a long time there. And if they can't score, they can't get in that press, and that's what they like to do. Press, force tempo, create turnovers. Up top, Jenkins straight on 3, no good. And going to be an over the back call. I had it explained to me by an official that there's no such thing. It's a push. So that's what it is. And it's going to be on Cadence Cutter. It's his first, team's third. 30.9 to go here in the quarter. Here come the Horde, down 13-11. Here's Plude. Gould, right back to Plude. Kicks it up top. Nelson, almost stolen by Stohas. Gould attacks, kicks it out, baseline, no good. Strong rebound, Lohoisky couldn't get it to go. 8 seconds to go. Webb, stolen. 3 seconds to go. Can Plude get to the bucket? Got it! Foul with 1/10 of a second to go in the quarter. Cole Plude, what a big play. We look at the clock, there's 1/10 of a second. You can't get any closer to beating the buzzer than Cole Plude did right there. And the foul's a big one. It's the second on Cadence Cutter. Plude gets the 3-point play. And that's going to do it for an exciting, action-packed first quarter here at Granville Central School in a big Adirondack League contest. At the end of one, Granville 14, Fort Ann 13. Today's game is brought to you by Telescope Casual Furniture, manufacturing in Granville for over 100 years. Voted the ICFA Manufacturer of the Year in 2019, 2021, and 2022. Family-owned and operated business focusing on comfort, style, quality, and world-class customer service. That's Telescope Casual Furniture, sponsors of our Telescope Furniture Broadcast Center. Also by Scarlato's Car Hop, 45 Quaker Street, Granville, New York, serving breakfast and lunch until spring. Thursday and Friday, 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. Come in or call in your order for pickup. Call 518-642-2445. Scarlato's Car Hop, 45 Quaker Street, Granville, New York. Glad to have those great sponsors on hand with us, helping us to bring high school sports action your way here on NYVT Media Sports. And on the floor for the Cardinals, it's going to be Gagne, Jenkins, Cutter, Stohas, Wade. For Granville, it's going to be Gould, Plude, Rathbun, Lohoisky, Nelson as we start the second quarter with a 1-point lead for the Golden Horde. Jenkins, 3, good! Jackson Jenkins, 3 points are what he does. And he knocks one down there to give his team the lead back by 2. Rathbun, halfway down and out, just absolutely robbed on that one. Good looking shot by Cam Rathbun. Here's Jenkins, Stohas. They go down low. Cutter kicks it out. Stohas straight on 3, no good. Rebound Lohoisky. Here comes Rathbun. Rathbun in a hurry down the lane. The left-handed layup, good. And we're tied at 16. Rathbun has been on a roll as of late here for the Golden Horde. And almost got a steal right there. And they do get a steal. Here's Nelson ahead of the field. Rathbun up and good. That's what Granville wants. They want that transition game. And they lead at 18-16. And as we were saying, that's going to be the key to this game. Is Granville having success with their pressure. Stohaus up, no good. Strong off the back iron. Here come the Horde out in transition. Here's Plude. Plude up, no good. And last touched, I think, by Rathbun. And it was. But right now, even though it's a 2-point game, you've got to, if you're a Granville fan, like the way this is setting up, because they want full court pressure. They want transition. The pace favoring the Golden Horde. And there's another turnover. And a lot of contact, loose ball. And they call a timeout. And everybody on the Granville side is thinking what I'm thinking, and that's there was no possession. Anyway, doesn't matter what me and Patrick think, right, Patrick? Tonight's game brought to you by Friends Granville Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy dedicated to the unique community they've served since 2015. Located in the Big Lots Plaza in Granville, call 518-642-3733, 518-642-3733 for Fred's Granville Pharmacy of Granville. So a good timeout by Coach Nassavera. I'd have to go back really and look at it and see if there was any possession at the time, but it was granted. And it was a good timeout because it saved his team a turnover and a possession. So that could be crucial in this close game. Here's Stohaus. Has it knocked away by Nelson. Out of bounds. Last touch by Joel Nelson. Inbounds for the Cardinals. It'll be Gagne. Inside for Cutter. Kicks it out. Stohaus, 3. No good. Battle for the rebound. I'll tell you, if you get a rebound when Wade's underneath the basket, you should get a gold medal. Because you don't get many when he's around. 2 minutes into the second quarter, 2-point lead for the Horde. Gould, high post, Rathbun, nice high-low. Mahoyski, good, the foul, and I think that's 3 on Cadence Cutter. That's going to be a huge factor potentially in this ball game. That's going to get Timmy Webb up off the bench for Cutter. And we probably won't see Cutter again in this half. Lohoyski, got it. Completes the old-fashioned 3-point play. And this ties the biggest lead of the game for the Horde. Almost a steal by Plude. Once again, this pressure from the Golden Horde. High post, Stohaus kicks it out. Jenkins, 3! Jackson Jenkins, his third three-pointer, and he brings it back to 2. Jenkins, deadly from behind the arc. At the other end, though, Rathbun gets in the middle of that zone and puts it up with the left hand and good. Lots of action in this opening half. And that's going to be a foul on Plude. Noah Bernard's going to come back in. He's going to replace Cole Plude. .5:15 to go in the half. 4-point lead for the Golden Horde. Down low. Jenkins. No, too strong. Here comes Nelson. Nelson with the push. Kicks it out. Bernard, corner 3. No good. Lohoyski working hard on the glass. If they can get Lohoyski working hard on the glass like that, that's a benefit, an added bonus for this Golden Horde team, because they are not blessed with a lot of size. They've got shooters. They've got speed. But when they can get that kind of play out of Lohoyski, they are just a lot better of a basketball team, and he's having a good night tonight. Foul is on Cam Rathbun. That's his first, team second of the quarter. And it's the biggest lead of the night for either side. But here's Stohaus, and he puts an end to that with that little floater in the lane. Nice teardrop there by Marcus Stohaus. It's 25-21 Horde. Here's Bernard. Rathbun. Bernard steps in, shoots it up at the baseline. No good. Lohoisky again on the glass. Up and no good. Lohoisky, another try. Ethan Lohoisky, a beast on the boards tonight for the Golden Horde. And he's feasting with Cadence Cutter on the bench. Now a steal by Rathbun. I think that foul should, honestly, that foul, in my opinion, should have been on Fort Ann. Just being honest and straight. Looks like Rathbun had the steal, and he got grabbed as he went to go after the loose ball. But there's no review here in high school basketball. Taken away by Nelson. Camden Woodruff is checked back in, as has Plude. Nelson shot no good. Rebound pulled down by the rebound machine, Hunter Wade. Here's Jenkins. Don't let him be free. Stolen by Bernard. Bernard to the bucket. Blocked by Stohaus. What a block by Marcus Stohaus. And it's going to be Granville basketball. Plude to put it in play for Nelson. Goes on the attack, and he's going to be fouled by Hunter Wade. He's going to go to the line. The foul's on Wade. That's his second. So 2 on Wade, 3 on Cutter. That would be a big factor. Nelson with the first one, good. 7-point lead, biggest lead of the night for either side. Rims out on it. There's Lohoisky again. New shot clock, new possession. Nelson tries to make him pay. 3-pointer, and he got it. And it's a 10-point lead. Cardinals won the previous meeting by 10. The Horde up 10 here with 3 minutes to go, second quarter. Nice pass, Stohaus in the lane. Lost the handle, got it back. Lohoisky with the rejection. Here's Nelson. Plude, 3, no good. Kept alive, batted out for Gagne. And they're going to call a carry on Gagne. He might have gotten potentially fouled there. There was a reach in, it looked like. And Granville's going to take a timeout. 3:02 to go here in the second quarter. It's Granville 31, Fort Ann 21. Tonight's game brought to you by Maplewood Ice Incorporated. Maplewood Ice, proudly supplying ice to our communities since 1970. 7 and 20-pound bagged cubes, packaged ice blocks, carving ice. Need extra cold storage for an event? Call Maplewood Ice about a refrigerated party trailer rental. 518-499-2345. Maplewood Ice, open daily. 9790 State Route 4, Whitehall, New York. Call 518-499-2345. Extremely entertaining first half of basketball here in Granville. A 10-point lead for the Golden Horde. Foul trouble an issue for the Cardinals with Cadence Cutter on the bench with 3. And Hunter Wade on the floor with 2. Not wanting to get his third before the end of the quarter here. Here's Nelson. Kicks it out. Plude. Corner 3. Good. 34-21. Golden Horde. And we talked before the game. It's turnover here by Fort Ann. We talked before the game. Pace was going to be huge. 3-point shooting was going to be huge. Granville's got the pace they want. Jenkins trying to keep up with the multiple 3-point shooters of the Golden Horde. Plude with the drive, no good, batted around, and it's going to be Granville ball. Gagne, a 3-point shooter as well for Fort Ann, along with Jenkins, but a multitude of guys that can hit it for the Golden Horde. Here's Plude in the corner, attacks, finds Lahoyski, short jumper, he left it short. Rebound pulled down by Webb. Here's Stohas, coming up on 2 minutes to play in the half. Lashinsky, who's checked in. Stohas spins, had it stripped, and held ball. Possession arrow favors Granville, I believe, if I'm looking at it right from here. Yep. Going to be Granville ball. Fort Ann knew they were going to have a challenge here tonight. A lot of basketball still left to play. This one a long way from being decided, but after losing here in their own tournament and finishing last in their own tournament, you knew Granville was going to come out with fire in their eyes. Here's Plude. And he traveled. Nelson just couldn't keep the feet planted there when he was trying to do the little shimmy shake. Minute 48 to go before half. 34-21, 13-point lead for the Golden Horde. Lashinsky loses the handle, and Plude jumps on it and calls the timeout. Heads up play there by Cole Plude. And we'll take a timeout ourselves and let you know about Skeene Valley Country Club. Looking to perfect your golf swing? Book a date and time online for Skeene Valley Country Club's indoor simulator. SkeeneValleyCC.com. Go to that website, click the Tee Time box on the homepage, and then Sim Times. Skeene Valley Country Club, 129 County Route 9A, Whitehall, New York. Call 518-499-5060 for Skeene Valley Country Club. Tonight's game also brought to you by the Pine Grove Motel. Pine Grove Motel of Granville, New York, with newly renovated rooms that are comfortable and cozy. Located in Granville, New York, the Pine Grove Motel, 518-361-0488. Minute 43 to go in the half, 34-21. The Golden Horde trying to turn the tables on this Fort Ann team after losing to them by 10 in the consolation game of the American Legion tournament here a couple of weeks ago. Here's Bernard. Nelson pulls up his dribble. Mahoyski's going to let it go for three. No good. Camden Woodruff has the rebound. Finds Plude. Plude wanted to go down low. It hit the leg of Hunter Wade. A break there for the Golden Horde because that wasn't the best pass by Plude, but it worked out. Comes in for Bernard. Short jumper, no good. Rebound, Stohas. Here's Jenkins. They look to trap him. Bernard pounding him. And they get the call. So no shooting situation yet. Not yet the bonus. First on Bernard, fourth on Granville for the quarter with 1:11 to go. Next one, they'll be shooting for the very little time that's left here in the half. Jenkins will trigger an inbounds for Wade. Up to Lashinsky. They wanted to go back to the corner. Jumper, Jenkins no good. Rebound by Stohas. Scramble for the ball now. Fresh shot clock. Lashinsky shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Nelson, and Plude was slow getting up over in the corner, so they stopped play to check on him, but he looks like he's going to stay on. Mason Witters, number 32, checking in here for Fort Ann. It's not a charge timeout. I think that's what the official was explaining to Kevin Nassavera. It was a timeout for the player to check on him. And that's going to be an illegal screen on Lahoyski. So 10 seconds, the difference between the game clock and the shot clock. And Fort Ann's going to get another shot at it here. First on Lohoisky. It's not a shooting foul because it's player control. Even though they are in the bonus now. Lashinsky, corner jumper, no good. Rebound by Witters. Stohas couldn't get it to go. Wade on the glass. Went up to shoot it, had it stripped away by Lohoisky. Witters puts it in play for Stohas. Lashinsky lets it go. Three, no good. Wade got stripped, lost the handle, down court. Bernard, layup is good. Kevin Nasavera thinks Wade got fouled, and I think he's right. I think he's got a good argument on that one. Looked like an awful lot of contact. 5 seconds left in the half. 15-point lead for the Horde. 2 seconds left. Lashinsky and a blocking foul. And it's not going to be it is going to be a shooting foul because they're over the limit. They were over the limit on the last one, but it was a player control foul. So time has expired before Dan's going to shoot shots here. And the foul is going to be the second on Lohoisky. He's been a little foul prone this year, so to pick up his only 2 here in the final minute of the half, kudos to him. Lashinsky gets the first one. And gets the second one. So that's going to bring us to halftime here in Granville. This big Adirondack League matchup. The Horde with 1 league loss. Fort Ann with 2 league losses. Both trying to battle to get in that top 4 for the playoffs at the end of the year. And our score right now at halftime, it is Granville 36, Fort Ann 23. And before we step away, don't forget to like our broadcast here tonight. Just click that like button. That helps us tremendously with our analytics and things like that. So if you're enjoying tonight's broadcast, please click that like button and go ahead if you haven't yet and subscribe to our MYVT Media YouTube channel. And you'll get notified when any of our games are coming on, any of our broadcast events are coming on here on MYVT Media Sports. We'll step away right now. Our score at the half, Granville 36, Fort Ann 23 here on MYVT Media Sports. And welcome back to Granville Central School. Keith Harrington on the play-by-play. Patrick Ward is our producer and cameraman. And we are getting ready to go here with the third quarter of a big Adirondack League matchup. 5-1 Granville, 4-2 Fort Ann in the league. And a 13-point lead to start the second half here for the Golden Horde. It's Jenkins, Stohaus, Webb, Cutter, Wade on the floor for the Cardinals, because that ball's knocked away out of bounds by Joel Nelson. It is Bernard, Nelson, Woodruff, Rathbun, and Plude on the floor for the Golden Horde. Here's Jenkins. Been shooting the ball well from the arc tonight, behind the arc. Little handoff, dribble handoff up top. Still plenty of time. 15 on the shot clock. Great defensive play right there by Woodruff. Stohaus retrieves it, the floater in the lane, no good. And Woodruff with the rebound. Good trip down the floor there from Camden Woodruff. Here's Nelson into the lane. The teardrop up and good. 15-point lead. Cardinals have got to make a run here. They've got to try to get to single digits going to that fourth quarter. Here's Cutter. Such a big difference having him on the floor. Had those 3 fouls in the second quarter, sat most of that quarter. Nelson, short jumper, good. Joel Nelson looking like he's ready to take over here for the Horde. Can't match baskets with him, though. And a turnover. You're Fort Ann, you can't match baskets. You've got to get stops, and you got to score on your end. And you got to protect the basketball. Comes in for Nelson. He's kind of feeling it right now. Goes to the bucket to the right hand. No good. Nice defensive job there by Wade. Rebound pulled down by Cutter. And turnover as Webb tried to go inside for Wade. Here's Plude. Man, all kinds of contact right there, but looks like they're saying it was maybe created by the drive of Plude. Nice job with verticality there. Here's Stohaus, stolen away by Plude. It's a 2-on-1, good hustle down the floor by Rathbun. Up and good, the whistle, and count it. And that's the kind of effort that Coach Sam Rathbun wants to see out of these kids. It looked like it was going to be a 1-on-1, not a 2-on-1, and Cam Rathbun turned on the turbos. Great hustle play right there by Cam Rathbun. And completes the 3-point play. That's just wanting it and getting down the floor. Maybe as a Knicks fan, I could have him teach Carl Anthony Towns how he did that. That kind of hustle down the floor. 18-point lead. Baseline jumper, Jenkins. They need it, and he got it. Coach Nasavera with a quick timeout. Big 3 right there when they needed it from Jackson Jenkins. With a timeout on the floor, we're going to take one ourselves. 30-second timeout. Tonight's game brought to you by Barlow Electric Incorporated, fully insured and reasonable, master electrician, licensed in New York and Vermont. Generator installation, residential and commercial work. Call 518-361-0531 for Barlow Electric of Granville. Also brought to you by Lake Champlain Coal Company. Lake Champlain Coal Company, your local fuel supplier with fuel oil, propane, kerosene at the pump, making warm friends for 5 generations. Lake Champlain Coal Company, 2 Main Street, Whitehall, 518-499-1212. Lake Champlain Coal Company, we make warm friends, and they are our sponsor of the Lake Champlain Coal Company player of the game. Last time these 2 teams played, we had co-players of the game, and Marcus Stohaus and Cadence Cutter. Tonight, a long way from determining that. Here's Plude. Woodruff, nice spin. Might have been partially blocked. I think it was there by Timmy Webb. Good job by Webb. Here's Stohaus. They double. Nice pass inside. Cutter. And nice job by Rathbun making him change his shot there. Great pass, though, by Timmy Webb. Plude splits 2 defenders, pulls up, good. 45-28. And a turnover. Klude up off the glass and good. And timeout called with 5:09 to go here in the third quarter. It's a full timeout. Granville blowing this game open. And tonight's game brought to you by Telescope Casual Furniture, manufacturing in Granville for over 100 years. Voted the ICFA Manufacturer of the Year in 2019, 2021, and 2022. A family-owned and operated business focusing on comfort, style, quality, and world-class customer service. Telescope Casual Furniture of Granville, sponsors of the Telescope Furniture Broadcast Center. Also by Scarletta's Car Hop. Scarletta's Car Hop, 45 Quaker Street, Granville, New York. Serving breakfast and lunch until spring. Thursday and Friday, 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. Come in or call in your order for pickup. 518-642-2445. Scarletta's Car Hop, 45 Quaker Street, Granville. Cardinals with the basketball, down 19. 5 minutes to go, third quarter. The Horde trying to avenge that earlier loss, and they're coming up on 3/4 of the way. There, the cutter inside the finish. The foul. He'll go to the line. That's what we're used to seeing from Cadence Cutter right there. Dominating force inside the paint. And the foul is on Nelson. That's his second. First team foul. Webb is going to check out in favor of Mason Witters. Cutter misses to not complete the three-point play. Down court. What a look by Rathbun. Bernard rejected by Cutter. What a block by Cutter. Maybe that'll be a spark here for the Cardinals. Witters. Jenkins. Oh, no, he put that ball on the floor. Pretty close. I thought, he might have got away with that dribble. 17-point ball game. High screen for Plude. Rathbun. Back for Plude. Rathbun. Deep three for Plude. No good. The rebound pulled down by Stohas. Cardinals with a chance to cut into it. Approaching the midway point. Almost a steal by Plude. Plude wreaking all kinds of havoc out there tonight defensively. Stohas left alone. Three, no good. Cutter starting to impose his will underneath the basket. It's down to 15. Nelson, three, no good. 40M with a chance to slice into it. They got to get it to single digits before the fourth quarter. That would be huge. Here's Witters. Down low. Cutter. No good. Rebound. Rathbun. He traveled, I think. Yep. Maloyski checking back in for Camden Woodruff. Some good minutes there for the senior Woodruff. I have a hard time getting used to saying Maloyski in a Granville uniform. Long time. Huge Fort Ann sports family. And the corner, here's Witters. Good screen there by Stohas. Inside, Cutter muscles his way in. This is the kind of game Fort Ann likes right here. Half court, run their offense, muscle it down inside. Speaking of Lahoyskis, I talk about Ethan Lahoyski coming in. And wrestler Carter Lahoyski in the house. Just saw him walk in. And whistle a foul. As I said, such a storied name in Fort Ann athletics. And that's going to be on Cadence Cutter, and that's going to be his fourth. Tough call there for Cutter. Lahoyski, short. Carter Lahoyski is, I was just talking about, in the house because the big, they've changed it the way, and I think they should have. And they did. Right on top of it, our producer, Patrick Ward. I think that was correct. Violation on the shot, missed by Lahoyski, the violation. See, I was talking about Carter Lahoyski being in the house, wrestler for Granville Whitehall. Tomorrow is the duels here, big tournament. And it'll be like a fire drill right after this basketball game's over, getting set up for that tournament tomorrow. You're going to see mats getting rolled out and chairs being set up. It's going to be like the circus come to town. I was talking to Coach Steve Palmer about it. I said, if we have one of those time-lapse videos where they show the gym being switched over from basketball to wrestling, it'd be entertaining. Here's a turnover. Nelson down the lane. Got it! Tough shot, but Joel Nelson got it to go. Big game tonight for Nelson. Cross-court pass, stolen by Nelson. Down court for Plood. Plood to the bucket. And a foul on Stohas. It was up to 19, back to 15 now. The Cardinals, though, with a big turnover there. Foul is the first on Stohas. Checking back in, replacing Jackson Jenkins for the Cardinals is going to be Jaden Gagne. Plood gets the second one. And knocked away by the Horde there, I believe. Yeah, if you're looking for something to do tomorrow, those duels are always a great time. Hopefully Mother Nature Cooperative could get some snow tonight. And it's going to be a double touch. It's going to be Granville ball. Rathman got the fingers on it, and then it went off a cutter. GW, Ravenna. A couple of teams from Stillwater, Mechanicville. Going to be a good one. Nelson in the lane, short jumper, no good. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it out. Bernard straight on three, good. No, Bernard with the straight on three. It's back to 19. Here comes the pressure. Witters down court for Cutter. Stohas. Nice move with the left hand by Marcus Stohas. Beautiful finish. Back to 17. Plood. Lahoyski, head fake, up good. Right now, the Cardinals just matching baskets. They've got to have stops. That's not going to help them. Turnover and a whistle on the floor before Plood got to the bucket. It's not going to be the bonus. It's only going to be the fourth foul on the Cardinals. The foul is on Gagne, his second. Plood will put it in play. Comes in Lahoyski, short jumper, hit the side of the backboard. Cutter with the rebound. Here comes Gagne. Heavy pressure, finds Cutter. Stohas to the bucket. No good. Rathman had it, lost it. It's going to be 4-damn ball. Minute and a half to go in the third. Witters will put it in play. Baseline for Gagne, a little toss and catch with Stohas. Down low to Cutter, goes to work, draws the foul. When Cutter's on the floor and they can control tempo, they are a very, very difficult team to defend. But what's allowed this 19-point lead to get built up is the pressure, the transition game of Granville, which is their bread and butter. So contrasting styles, and it was going to be a matter of whose style won out. Right now it's Granville. Cutter short on the free throw. Cutter missed them both. Rebound by Lahoyski. Rathman's going to bring it up. Here's Rathman. Bernard three, no good. Rebound Cutter. Coming up on a minute to play, third quarter, 19-point lead for Granville. Stohas, Witters. Heavy pressure there from Bernard. Almost a turnover. This ball-hawking defense. Here's Cutter down low. Cutter, they double him, and a foul on the floor. It's funny. Coach Rathman was telling me a couple of weeks ago after they lost to Potsdam, who was a very, very strong Class B team in the state, that it taught his kids, when he says intense defense, that's what it looks like, the way that Potsdam played it. I don't think they've lost since. Cutter up, no good. Rebound, Lohoisky. I think right after that game is when the streak started. Nelson, three, no good. Nelson, the follow, no good. Cardinals' shot clock is off. They can get the last shot if they want it. Here's Stohas. Wade on the baseline. Klude gets the steal. Klude to the bucket, up and good. 8 seconds to go. Stohas. And no good. That's going to bring us to halftime. And at the end of 3 quarters of play, this ball-hawking, aggressive defense of the Golden Horde getting it done. We'll head to the fourth with our score. Granville 57, 40-36. Tonight's game brought to you by Fred's Granville Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy dedicated to the unique community they've served since 2015. In the Big Lots Plaza in Granville, call 518-642-3733. That's 518-642-3733 for Fred's Granville Pharmacy. Also by Maplewood Ice. Maplewood Ice Incorporated, proudly supplying ice to our community since 1970. 7 and 20-pound bag cubes, packaged ice blocks, carving ice. Need extra cold storage for an event? Call Maplewood Ice about a refrigerated party truck rental, party trailer rental. 518-499-2345. Maplewood Ice open daily at 9790 State Route 4, Whitehall, New York. Call 518-499-2345 for Maplewood Ice. Fourth quarter time here in Granville, a 21-point lead. On the floor for Granville, Rathman, Bernard, Nelson, Gould, Lohoisky, Stohas, Cutter, Witters, Wade, and Landon Crandall for Fort Ann. Here's Nelson, Rathman, Bernard, three, got the roll, yes! Noah Bernard, the friendly rib, and it's 60-36. Wade, nice move off the glass, but can't get it to go. It's going to be Granville basketball. This Granville team tonight has looked like the teams of Justin Nassavera days and Grant Sherrow days when they used that pressure defense and that run and gun style. Made some Adirondack League championship games. Bernard, three, good! Noah Bernard, 2 in a row from behind the arc. And it's 63-36. Stohas, Crandall. Rathman's going to be called for the foul. First foul on the Horde of the quarter. Fourth, though, on Cam Rathman. And Camden Woodruff's going to check back in. Here's Stohas. Witters back for Stohas. Crandall. Jumper on the way. Stohaus, 3, no good. The rebound pulled down by Nelson. Here's Nelson looking to press the issue. Now pulls it up. Corner, Bernard. Bernard's feeling it. Good! Noah Bernard on fire. And it's a 30-point lead. 3 threes in a row for Noah Bernard. And the first one was the toughest of the 3. Wade wanted to go down low. Stolen away. Here's Gould. Gould wanted to go to the bucket. Stripped by Witters. Good defensive play there by Witters. Wade, they tie him up. The physicality of Granville tonight has just been a lot for these Cardinals. Wade's going to come out. Lucas Lashinsky checks back in. Witters will put it in play. Comes out top. Good ball movement. Witters, baseline jumper, no good. Cutter keeps it alive. And it's last touch by Granville. Good job keeping it alive there by Cutter. And it ends up paying off as his team gets the basketball. Witters to put it in play. Up top, Stohaus. Lashinsky's going to let it go for 3. No good. And rebound here for Trayton Gould. .30-point ball game coming up on 5 minutes to play. Here's Nelson. Gould gets to the bucket. The floater off glass. Good. Trayton Gould with a nice move. Little floater off glass. Gould has been a big asset to this team the last couple of ball games. Kind of burst onto the scene a couple of games ago. Fouls on Gould, though. That's his 3rd, team 2nd of the quarter. But he just adds another element, a little more depth to this team. Witters, 3. No good. Halfway down and out. The rebound, Woodruff. Here's Nelson. Bernard. Gould, 3. Good! As I said, Trayton Gould, the last couple of games has been a spark for this team. And he hits a big 3 right there at 71-36. Stohaus. Lashinsky, high post. Stohaus goes to work. Contact. Got it to go. Tough shot by Marcus Stohaus, but he got it to go. Here's Gould to the bucket. Got it! Gould has come in and hit 7 quick points here all of a sudden. Bernard had 3 straight threes. It's been a total team effort. Lashinsky, no good. Lahoyski, the rebound. They'll slow it down. We go under 4 minutes to play. 73-38. Bernard. And he's going to go to the line. So Noah Bernard goes to the line. Shoot a pair with 3:40 to go. Some discussion, maybe about whether it was a shooting foul or not. They're going to say no. So it's going to be out of bounds. And Coach Kevin Nassavera is going to take a timeout. It's going to be a full for the Cardinals. So we'll take a timeout with 3:40 to go in the game. Let you know about some of our great sponsors, like Skeene Valley Country Club, Looking to perfect your golf swing? Book a date and time online for Skeene Valley Country Club's Indoor Simulator. Go to SkeneValleyCC.com. Click the tee time box on the home page and then sim times. Skeene Valley Country Club, 129 County Route 9A, Whitehall, New York. Call 518-499-5060 for Skeene Valley Country Club. Also by the Pine Grove Motel. Pine Grove Motel, newly renovated rooms that are comfortable and cozy in Granville, New York. Call 518-361-0488 for the Pine Grove Motel of Granville. And Barlow Electric Incorporated. Barlow Electric Incorporated, fully insured and reasonable. Master electrician, licensed in New York and Vermont. Generator installation, residential and commercial work. Call 518-361-0531 for Barlow Electric of Granville. 3:40 to play here in Granville, 73-38 Golden Horde. They've controlled it most of the way. Woodruff thought about it, changes his mind. Here's Bernard. Gould. I think they're trying to run some clock here. Gould down low. Woodruff couldn't get the go. Actually, it's not Woodruff. Substitution to the game. And that is number 10, Carter Perry, that's checked in here. And steal by Childs. Nice job by Childs with the quick hands. Loses the handle, gets it back, gets it to Perry. Back out to Childs. And now Woodruff. Here's Gould. Childs down low for Perry. Bernard. Still 13 to shoot. Nice job of running clock here with this big lead. Gould thought about it, attacks the baseline, finds Bernard. 3 on the shot clock. Bernard, fade away, no good. Shot clock violation on the Horde. .228 to go. Here's Lashinsky. Has it stolen away by Bernard. Lashinsky able to get it back. Crandall. Witters. Crandall baseline jumper, no good. Rebound pulled down by Lashinsky. Lashinsky couldn't get the roll. And the rebound by Woodruff as we go under 2 minutes to play. Here's Gould. Down low. Tried to get it to Perry. Gagne is going to check back in for Fort Ann. Also, Evan Cutter will check into the ball game. Stohaus and Cadence Cutter will sit out. 3 on the way, good! Everybody knocking down threes. Carter Perry with the deep ball. Minute and a half to play. Evan Cutter's going to let it go for 3. Good! Baseline 3 from Evan Cutter. .76-41. Here's Gould. Cross-court pass, beautiful pass. Woodruff off the glass, good. Nice pass, nice finish. Going to be tough to name a player of the game. So many strong efforts here tonight from the Golden Horde. Down the lane. Lashinsky couldn't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Finds Gagne up and good. 43 seconds to play. 78-43. Looks like Granville is not going to shoot it here. 6 seconds differential between game clock, shot clock. Looks like they're going to let the shot clock go down here. Childs dribbles in, finds Woodruff. Gould. 3! So much for letting the clock run down. 81-43. Evan Cutter, no good. That's going to do it. It was a solid total team effort for Granville tonight as they win it 81-43. They avenge a 10-point loss to the Cardinals in the Granville American Legion tournament. And even though we had Bernard get hot there in that one quarter, I think our player of the game tonight is Joel Nelson for Granville, as he did so many things for the Golden Horde tonight. And we got a little extra curricular activity here. So we that's going to be our player of the game tonight. It is going to be Joel Nelson for Granville. So many good efforts. Bernard, a great game. A great game from Cam Rathman, as always. Cole Plute, of course, outstanding as well. But tonight we're going to go with Joel Nelson is our Lake Champlain Coal Company player of the game, brought to you by Lake Champlain Coal Company with fuel oil, propane, kerosene at the pump, your local fuel supplier, making warm friends for 5 generations at 2 Main Street, Whitehall. Call 518-499-1212 for Lake Champlain Coal Company. And our Lake Champlain Coal Company player of the game tonight is Joel Nelson for Granville. Our final score tonight from Granville, 81, 40-43 in Adirondack League boys basketball. Granville goes to 8-5 overall and 6-1 in the league and puts themselves solidly in a contending spot to earn a playoff spot. 40M falls to 8-6 and 4-3 in the league. And now they're going to be in that battle with Hartford and Whitehall and some of those other teams, although they have a win over Whitehall, so that helps them, obviously, the tiebreaker situation. They're going to be in that fight for those that last spot. So that's going to wrap it up here from Granville Central School. Thanks again to my producer and cameraman, Patrick Ward, all of our great sponsors here tonight. From Granville, I'm Keith Harrington saying so long. This has been a production of MYVT Media Sports.